Mike Gerald, broker owner of First Nations Realty and Guerrilla Real Estate Negotiating LLC. This is all about planning today. That's the key word, is planning. First thing when you're looking at a real estate agent and a company is local versus national. The only thing I can say about that is you think about your favorite fast food. Yeah, it's owned locally. There are local people that work there, but somebody in Illinois or who knows where is calling the shots and making the rules. So do you want a local or do you want a national company? We're local, non-franchise. That's just a choice you're going to have to make. As far as the agent goes, ask them the background. 70% of real estate agents are the first agent anybody ever talks to, if you see the studies. And I'm not sure whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. But first thing is don't believe what social media tells you about an agent. Are you interested in their bourbon, their Keeneland, their cigar smoking, or whatever their habits are? No, has nothing to do with your real estate transaction. Pick somebody who has a lot of background. And you can go to krec.ky.gov and look your agent up. It does require you jumping through some hoops, but you can look your agent up and see what kind of classes have they taken. Are they taking classes that help them manage potential clients and find potential clients, or are they taking classes that help them do a better job at their profession? So it's up to you. It's up to you who you choose. The second big part of planning is credit. Now, we do suggest that you go to Credit Karma or a similar site and take a look. Now, don't be tempted to start trying to fix things based on Credit Karma, because you can actually do yourself more harm than you can good. Just a rule of thumb is that if you have bills and you want to do something about them, no, I'm not talking about overdue ones, but if you want to pay them down, just don't pay them off, because actually paying them off sometimes hurts your credit more than paying them down and leaving a little bit of a balance there. And definitely leave a collection alone until you do talk to a lender. Lenders, and we'll help you pick a lender that can run what-if scenarios on your credit. What if I pay this off? What if I pay this collection off? And it will, that what-if scenario can help you maximize your credit score. There are some other things we might suggest and even help you with a deposit credit card account. Sometimes that can very quickly bring your credit up. And what happens then after you've done all of this is that you do get a letter of pre-approval from your lender, and it says, hey, this person is good to go. And remember that in some price range there are extreme shortages of some of these houses. So you're going to have to be really on the ball to find a home. Now, what most people do want to know is, what am I going to have to pay? Well, you do have to, under a lot of programs, and unless you're outside of Fayette County, you're going to have a down payment. But the good news is that there is a down payment assistance program that will lend you that. You will have to put earnest money up. It's usually around $500, and hopefully that won't be needed to close your loan. You won't need that cash. You can get that back at closing, but that also is determined on if the seller will pay your closing costs. Now here's something. Just remember that if your seller wants $130,000 for a house and you want $5,000 back for the house, that's only giving them $125,000. That money doesn't come from somewhere. If it comes from the seller, in this day and age, you may wind up having to pay more for the house than it's listed for, just to get the seller to be able to pay you some closing costs. Now, an important part of this planning, and that's the key word here today, is planning. How do you find a house? It's almost a job in itself. Every morning you look to see if anything has come on, and I'm going to use that word, Zillow. Zillow is a good comprehensive site to see new listings. Take a look, see if there's something in your price range, see if there's something in your the area you want to live in. We'll schedule you an appointment, hopefully be in the house by that afternoon and have an offer made by that night. That's just the way it goes. You don't have a lot of time anymore under certain price ranges. Basically, after that process, you've got a home inspection, which First Nations Realty actually will provide to you at no cost. You have an appraisal, which the seller will pay for at closing, and you have a closing. It's a 30 to 45 day process, and you're ready to move. You're ready for the home ownership dream, bringing home the American dream. Remember, we're here to help. This process may be a lot easier than you think. Give us a call, talk to your agent, enjoy home ownership.